Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. With every expansion comes pre-patch. And after the latest interview with Ian Hazzikostas, some more information has come to light. So let's don our tinfoil hats and talk pre-patch. Now the question presented to Ian was, what happens in pre-patch? And we have the normal Blizzard response, which is, more details are to come, of course. But we also got a little bit more, a little snippet of what is to come. Blizzard want to tell the story of the undead at the moment the helm of domination is broken. It's going to take place mostly in Icecrown and Northrend. We also, of course, have our cheeky former lovesick puppy, Nathanos, running around as well. Now on the surface this looks a lot like the pre-patch event for Wrath of the Lich King. If you were not there for that, well, you missed the Scourge overrunning our cities, killing the auction house staff, and, well, just really being a little bit of a pain. So with the famous line, there must always be a Lich King, in our heads, it makes sense that, with the helm destroyed, and no one to command the undead, they're going to go a little crazy, they're going to start killing everyone. It makes sense, right? Well, let's just hang on a second. What happened to the Forsaken? Did they go mad? Did they kill everyone? No, they rallied behind Sylvanas and in their own way went about building new lives, claiming Lordaeron as their home and joining the Horde. Now we could say it was the strong hand of Sylvanas that guided them, but we know now that necessarily that isn't true. If I may just step in here a second with my personal opinion, the Forsaken after the weakening of the Lich King. I'm talking about before Arthas took the crown, when Illidan was trying to kill the Lich King. They found themselves lost, struggling. Now if I may just step in here with my own personal take on this. The Forsaken after the weakening of the Lich King, and I mean when Illidan was trying to destroy Northrend before Arthas had even taken the crown, when Sylvanas regained her sense of identity. At this point, the Forsaken found themselves lost, struggling to understand what they were now. And then, of course, Sylvanas steps in and leads them, giving them reason to go on in a direction the Forsaken would have an overriding fear, of course, of the living. And at any moment, humans, Worgen, whoever could decide to reap revenge on them for the suffering brought about by the Lich King. Now, once again, of course, they find themselves in this position. They're leaderless, wondering where their place is in the world. But time has passed and the world has evolved around them. And they themselves have developed, they've grown. They created a council to lead them while Sylvanas was away in Orgrimmar. The humans of Azeroth reached out, trying to make peace with the ghosts of the past, reconnecting with loved ones long dead. Some even ran for the human lines during the Arathi encounter. If you don't know what I'm talking about, read the book Before the Storms. It's not the greatest WoW book at all, but it does give you a good insight into the build-up for BFA, and of course where we're going potentially in the future with Shadowlands. But Grim, why do you talk of the Forsaken when it's the Scourge that we're talking about? There's a huge difference between the Scourge and the Forsaken, you undead racist. Ooh, easy tiger. The reason I bring up the Forsaken is Blizzard seem to want to paint the undead in a different light, a happier, family-friendly kind of light. Now granted, you would be correct in saying, Grim, you're basing this on one bit of data-mined information that Steve the User has already said was a placeholder, and a little off in tone. But it was there, and things like that are not added for nothing. An intern just didn't decide to take it upon themselves to write that. Now what are we talking about? It's this line. As one of the Forsaken, you have been reanimated by dark magic. Although shunned by the living, you tirelessly strive to protect them. Okay. Yeah, that's not great. It's going to be finished. It's not 100% there for sure. But obviously the tone, the direction was something that Blizzard were looking for. And then we take this plus the Celia Minithil becoming a light-sworn Forsaken, something we've never seen before, and wanting to help her people now, the people of Lordaeron. The gathering of the humans and undead as we spoke about before. Blizzard definitely want us to see the undead in a different light. So we come back around, full circle to pre-patch. With the helm being destroyed, we could see the undead wandering the world, making us question what is happening in the north. All of a sudden the undead are approaching the lands of Lordaeron yet again. They're approaching Orgrimmar. So we head north. We head once again back to Northrend, and upon reaching Northrend, we find Bolvir. Slightly worse for wear after his tussle with Sylvanas. He tells us what has happened, and the helm has been destroyed, and of course he sends us out to stop the undead scourge from killing us all. Instead, we find them wandering, needing our help, remembering who they are. Yes, without a shadow of a doubt, because this is WoW and we need killer quests. Some would have gone too far. They would have been twisted. They're just undead for too long and they can't reconcile with who they are or who they once were. But some will, no doubt, need to be directed to Celia if you're probably on the Alliance side, or the Forsaken if you're Horde. And while we're talking to them, they'll give us information about old lovesick puppy boy and his location and what he's potentially been up to. We could get a glimpse of these people's lives before they died, what it was like dying and coming back. A taste, if you will, of what Shadowlands may have to offer. Now this is, of course, is all speculation. We don't know what's going to happen, but part of the fun of any new expansion is the guessing game. What will happen? See if you're right. What twists and turns of the story are going to happen? That's part of the joy of this time. Now what are you hoping for? What do you guys want to see in pre-patch? Are you hoping for a Scourge style running wild, killing everybody? Or do you like this new, potentially softer, deeper, dare I say morally grey approach to us helping the Scourge find themselves, maybe joining the Forsaken? Now granted, it's new and it's an interesting twist, adding depth to WoW that not necessarily has been to the forefront before. I will say this, on a personal note, I will draw the line if, in this new deeper WoW experience down the road in a future expansion, I have to visit the Murloc kids I had to scare during a particular quest and find out that I killed their parents and how awful their life's been. I might draw the line at that. But that is me done, ladies and gentlemen. Put what you are hoping to see in pre-patch down below. I love reading WoW lore speculation, and it's always interesting what different people come up with. Have a great day, everybody. I will catch you all tomorrow. Have a good one.